What's up, guys? Alvaro here, and welcome back to the bilingual stock market channel. Let's go ahead and take a look at the S&P 500, Nasdaq 100, in order to try to figure out what could be potentially happening tomorrow in the market. And let's also take a look at the earnings report of Rivian, and let's also break down from a technical standpoint a very hot stock nowadays, none other than Tesla, my Tesla. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Today we had some sort of mixed day in the markets. Russell 2000 went up 0.31%. The Nasdaq goes down 0.58%. Dow Jones goes up 0.08%, and the S&P 500 pretty much broke even, just like the Dow Jones did. Both indices pretty much broke even. The S&P went down 0.07%, and as I just told you, the Dow went down 0.08%. And talking about the S&P 500, it closes today's trading session at 4,207 points. We have seen an amazing rally since the markets bottomed out so far, and I am quoting bottomed out back on June 16, and the bulls couldn't close the trading session today, guys, above a very important and key level in technical and model terms. I am talking about 4,230 points. And why do I say that? Well, because if the bulls had closed the trading session above 4,230 points, that would have implied a recovery of more than 50% relative to all-time high in the case of the S&P 500. So they decided not to close the trading session above such an important level, and that's some sort of puzzle piece that we have as of now on the table. When it comes to minor time frames, the bulls are still showing strength, even though they closed today's trading session below BWF. But we have a rising 5-day moving average, and the bulls are still trading above the 100-day moving average. So this is obviously very positive for them, even though we still are in a major downtrend, and we still can see declining moving averages in the case of the 200-day moving average and the 100-day moving average. When it comes to the bulls, we can also point out another positive aspect over here. We can see a golden cross with the 50 SMA crossing above the 180 SMA on August 1st. So this is also positive for the bulls. The RSI has chilled out a bit. We can see the RSI sitting at 67 points on the 4-hour chart. So we have positive aspects for both bulls and bears. And check this out, guys. The bulls were rejected today right at 4,255 points. This is a 78% Fibonacci retracement line from which they were rejected, and this was a spot in which we could have expected sellers to show up, and they did. And as I just told you guys, the bulls couldn't hold that very important psychological level. They couldn't close the trading session above 4,230 points. So in the short term, the main area of resistance for the bulls is going to be the same area in which they fell out today, 4,257 points. And watch out for the 5-day moving average. Remember that the 5-day moving average, guys, is a technical indicator that shows us who is in control of minor time frames. So if this support at 4,160 points, right at the 5-day moving average, happens to be broken to the downside, we could see bearish momentum. It is also worth to be pointed out that this 5-day moving average at 4,160 points happens to coincide with a previous resistance back from late May and late June, and this is also a previous support back from mid-March. So this is going to be a very important spot in the short term for the bulls. If this support happens to be violated, 4,160 points, I might expect the bulls to put out a fight near the 100-day moving average at 4,108 points. And I believe, guys, and if we actually bottomed out back on June 16, that if the bulls want to keep on going higher, we need to see some sort of decent pullback in the markets. So most of the gains that have been accumulated by the bulls throughout the last month and a half can be locked in, and that is going to represent a relief from a mechanical standpoint for the bulls, and then we could be potentially going higher. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the NDX, the technology people. Nasdaq 100 goes down today 0.65%, and it closed today's trading session at, sorry guys, if I can speak today. And the NDX closed today's trading session at 13,291 points. And the bulls managed, guys, to score a huge victory in yesterday's trading session because they were able to close the trading session, and they actually closed today's trading session as well above this trend line that comes from all-time high back from December of last year. As you guys can see over here, the bulls failed at this trend line back in December. They failed once again back in April, and they recently failed on multiple occasions right at this trend line. So they managed to break this trend line and close a trading session above this trend line, so above 13,200 points. This is very positive. We have a rising 5-day moving average, as you guys can see over here, and they are holding this 5-day moving average as support. We also have the bulls trading above the 100-day moving average. We have a golden cross over here with the 50 SMA crossing above the 180 SMA. So the picture, the general picture still looks very favorable for the bulls, but they need to hold this trend line as support near 13,200 points in order to prevent the bears from gaining momentum. If that were to happen, if this support happens to be broken to the downside, then, and as I just told you, in the case of the S&P, I am going to be looking at the 100-day moving average near 12,900 points as support. 12,900 points also happens to be a previous resistance back from early June. And if the bulls keep on pushing the tape higher, they just need to take on 13,500 points, which happens to be the resistance in which they failed at today. And we are talking about, when we say 13,500 points, we are also talking about a former resistance back from mid-May. So we have positive stuff for the bulls. They are trading above the 5-day moving average. We have a rising 5-day moving average, but on the flip side, we have positive stuff for the bears because we are still in a major downtrend. The NDX closed today's trading session below VWAP, and we can also say that the NDX is neither oversold nor overbought. We can see the RSI sitting at 60 points, so this index could go either way. And now let's go ahead and take a look at good old Rivian. What is going on over here? Mind you guys, I haven't taken a look at the earnings report of Rivian, and wow, the stock of this company has been very volatile after hours, up and down, up and down. But Rivian is pretty much trading, it is flat after hours. It is flat after hours. So what did they do? Let's see. Rivian, okay, adjusted EPS came in at negative, obviously. This is a money burning machine. Adjusted EPS came in at $1.62, and sales came in at $364 million, beating the estimate of $337.52 million. Let me see if I have any other important information when it comes to the report. Rivian reported 4,401 vehicles were produced in the second quarter. A total of 4,467 vehicles were delivered in the second quarter. The totals are up from 2,553 vehicles produced and 1,227 vehicles delivered in the first quarter. So Rivian has said over and over and over again, guys, that they are going to sell 25,000 vehicles this year. Are they actually going to be able to pull that off? I don't see any information about final guidance for full year 2022. That is going to be critical, and the stock isn't doing much after hours. So we can say that this was an acceptable report. How much money are they burning? Rivian losses nearly tripled to $1.7 billion. Oh my God. This company still has a lot to prove, guys. And the market cap is above $30 billion. This is absolutely insane. This is a company that could be potentially, best case scenario, going to be able to sell 25,000 vehicles this year. This stock is severely overvalued, and this is a no touch for me by any stretch of the imagination. If any of you want to take a trade on Rivian, when it comes to the technical analysis, we have a clear resistance over here, right at $40. $40 happens to be a previous support back from early March, and this is also a previous resistance back from early August. So we can make the case that if the bulls of Rivian can trade on good volume and momentum, they could be potentially taking on $40. and maybe filling the next important gap up to 48 bucks, which happens to be a previous resistance back from mid-March. As of now, we have Rivian trading. Is it above VWAP? I didn't notice that, guys. Yeah, it is trading above VWAP. That is positive, and Rivian is also trading above the 5-day moving average. We have a rising 5-day moving average, and over here we also have Rivian trading above the 180 SMA and the 100-day moving average. So in technical terms, guys, and if we take a look at the RSI, which is sitting at 61 points, we can make the case that if the markets keep on going higher, maybe Rivian has a first shot of filling this next gap up to $48. If we take a look at the market structure of Rivian, I have the market structure of Tesla over here. Let me see. Do we have a positive market structure for Rivian? Let me pull up here the information. Let's see. 10 out of 10, and we have a rising demand, and we also have the demand for the shares of Rivian above the supply. So we have a positive market structure as of now for Rivian. And let's wrap up the video with Tesla. Tesla goes down today during regular trading hours 2.62%, and it closed today's trading session at $859.89. And Tesla has been going down, guys, for two consecutive trading sessions, I think. It has been going down, almost for 3 consecutive trading sessions. And the stock of this company has been obviously under pressure because Elon Musk once again is dumping shares because he's afraid that he could be forced to acquire Twitter. I think that Elon is up to something. I think that he might be negotiating a deal with Twitter. If that were the case, maybe we could see more downwards pressure over Tesla because he might be dumping more shares. So check this out, guys. When it comes to the technical analysis, as of now, we have Tesla trading below VWAP, and on top of that, we have a declining 5-day moving average. That implies that despite the fact that we are seeing Tesla as of now trading above the 180 SMA and the 100-day moving average, the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart, that implies that sellers are gaining control of the stock of this company once again. So if tomorrow Tesla happens to pay a visit down to 827 bucks, this happens to be a previous support back from late April, and this is also a previous support back from mid-February that coincides with the 100-day moving average. I think that this is a spot in which buyers might be stepping in. So this could be a potential opportunity in order to take a trade with Tesla bouncing back up, in which case Tesla could be potentially bouncing back up to the 50 SMA, guys, on the 4-hour chart near 888 bucks. This could be a trade that would leave us a gain of 5.73%. So I am seeing downside over here in the case of Tesla. And let's reconcile the technical information with the market structure of the stock of this company. This is very important, guys. What the market structure of any given stock looks like. Do we have a fall in demand, a fall in supply, or a rise in demand? And in the case of Tesla, we have a fall in demand and we have a rise in supply. So I think that Tesla has an appointment with lower prices, and I am going to be waiting for the stock of this company near 825 bucks or $830 per share. And with Tesla, I am going to wrap up this video. Thank you very much for your attention, and thank you very much for hanging out with me once again. Remember, and keep in mind, guys, that here on the Bilingual Stock Market channel, we are posting stock market update videos Mondays through Thursdays, 3 or 4 hours after the market closes. So if you want to get all of the notifications of all of our videos in a timely manner, you have to be subscribed to this YouTube channel, but you also need to activate the notification bell right up there. Follow us on Instagram as well, guys, at Bilingual Stock Market. And remember that this is the Bilingual Stock Market channel, the YouTube channel in which we talk about the markets, but we do things differently because we talk about the markets in 2 different languages, English and Spanish. So you can pick your preferred language, but most importantly, this is the YouTube channel in which we know that the wonderful world of Wall Street is not for geniuses, it is for entrepreneurs just like you guys and myself. My name is Alvaro, and I will see you guys on next Monday, once again, 3 or 4 hours after the market closes. Peace out.